Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, or whatever the case may be. My name is Marcus, and I am the host of the Black Brazil Today YouTube channel, as well as the blackbraziltoday.com blog, where I analyze Brazil from the perspective of race. I'm continuing with a topic that I've been wanting to explore for a while. As I'll say it again. Want to explore some other, areas and subjects that are part of Brazilian society that may not have a direct connection to race, but maybe an indirect one. And what I mean by that is to say indirect. Um, I may not specifically speak about Black Brazilian men and women, but as these topics obviously influence their lives, you know, it's not directly connected to race, but it could be indirectly because, I could actually dive into this and look at this if there's any data I hear talking about how these things affect Black men and Black women. Um, One of the reality shows that I covered a few months back, Love is Blind, the Brazil edition, what's it called? Casamento às Cegas. There was a Black woman who married a white guy on that show, and it was thought at the time that the couple broke up due to infidelity on the part of the man. Recently, it seems like that wasn't necessarily the reason why they broke up, but the fact is, everybody was talking about that because everybody thought immediately that they had proof that the guy in the relationship has stepped out on his wife. So as I said, it turns out that's not necessarily so, but that's what I mean by this topic may not be directly connected to race, but because obviously Black Brazilian men and Black Brazilian women also get married, have long-term relationships, have children and families and all of this indirectly does speak on them, right? It's just it's not the focus of the material. So continuing with this topic, today's article is called Brazilian Women Seek to Cheat More Than Men. Brazilian women almost double men in extramarital relationship website. How is that? Now, according to another, a video that I just did and taken from another extramarital type of app, it was the other way around. It's always expected that men are going to be the ones who are more likely to step out in a relationship, but this is not necessarily the case, As I said, I always look at studies with a grain of salt because how can we just really know if we take a small sample of people who are involved in something? Can we honestly say that if we interview 20,000 people, that plays out and speaks for 220 million people? I mean, it can be very revealing, but at the same time, like I said, you know, it's a hint of something that could be true. I look at it that way. Unless you talk to hundreds of tens of millions of people, this may be true, it may not be true. This is intriguing because it's presenting the data that is there. So when I see more official numbers like this, I tend to, I'll give it a second look, like maybe this is true. So let's check this article out right now and see what it's talking about. Because, like I said, what's really piqued my interest about this topic is the explosion of divorces that have gone on in Brazil, particularly in the last 10 years, but really in the last 2 to 3 years. Some of the numbers are just shocking. Like, divorces in Brazil have exploded 160%, right? What's going on? Some people say, and there are several, articles online that talk about some of the reasons for why these marriages don't last. Infidelity being one of them, lack of attention, people being busy with their job. Sometimes it's a money issue. Sometimes it's a lack of physical desire, whole lot of issues. So I thought being tied into the question of divorce, this question of people stepping outside their marriage, in this case, women, I think is totally tied in to the question of divorce. So let's take a look at this article here. Brazilian women seek to cheat more than men. Survey shows that Brazilian women are almost double compared to men enrolled or subscribed in an extramarital relationship site. Today's article is by Claudia Hachi for the Della IG website. And this is exactly what it says here. Brazilian women search, they seek more to cheat than men. Right? Isn't that? What is this? Let's see a profile of those who are unfaithful. Okay. So cheating is a controversial and taboo topic for many people, but the reality is that Brazilians like to cheat. A survey conducted by the Ashley Madison website, which serves solely and exclusively to help users find partners for an extramarital relationship, points out that Brazil is the main international market of the social network, just behind the United States. Survey points out that women are more encouraged to seek pleasure outside marriage and practice betrayal. In the ranking of global cities, 3 Brazilian cities are among the top 10. Sao Paulo is the city with the largest number of users seeking betrayal or to cheat worldwide, with more than 1.6 million members, followed by New York and Rio de Janeiro. In addition, Brasilia, Brazil's capital city, appears in 8th place. I'm intrigued by that. Obviously, I lived in Sao Paulo for 9 years and spent several years visiting back and forth. Another interesting fact that the survey points out is the number of women seeking an extramarital relationship. Unlike other countries, Brazil has almost twice the number of women compared to men on the site, with a ratio of about 1.91 active women for every 1 active man. But what explains this desire to seek a relationship outside of marriage? According to Ruben Buell, the president of Ashley Madison, women are seeking more pleasure and fulfillment on their relation or in their romantic side. And when they're not getting that in marriage, they feel encouraged enough to look elsewhere, like in an extramarital dating site. We see this as something to do with female assertion. Women are stronger and more determined to take charge of their own lives, including sex, she says, or rather he says. This is Ruben Buell, the president of Ashley Madison. Ruben Buell adds that women who sign up to the site are more determined to cheat than men. According to him, they have already, quote unquote, crossed the lines and they're certain of their decision. On the contrary, many men join the social network just to observe and, who knows, maybe cheat. Another interesting fact is that extramarital relationships are common worldwide. The survey also points out that there are more than 100,000 people, or actually it says the survey also points out that more than 100,000 people sign up for Ashley Madison every week. It shows that human nature is not built for monogamous relationships. It seems that it is something that people have as a conflict all over the world. He says, again, this is Ruben Buell, president of Ashley Madison. So what's going on here? Are we in a new era where it's a free for all, get everything you can get? He pointed out some of the reasons for why it seems like women are moving forward with their desires to have, relationships or affairs outside of their main relationship. Obviously, that's something that I'm going to explore a lot more, because there's a lot of reasons going on there. It's a huge debate going on, not only in the United States, but also in Brazil. This idea of the modern woman, people who want traditional relationships, but they want to mix the modern with the traditional, and it's leading to problems. Some of the problems that are coming up in American relationships are leading men of all races to seek relationships in other countries. But then you come to Brazil and you see something like this that's going on. It's like, it's something that you have to take into consideration. More and more Brazilian women are deciding to step out when they're in long-term relationships. Have to ask ourselves why. That's something that I'm going to look at in another video. But for now, I just wanted to share this because it's going to be, a continuation of this topic that I wanted to explore more. So what did you think about this particular piece? Is this what you expected? Is this similar or different to what you find with American women or whatever country you're from? I want to explore this a little bit more. So I'm going to keep, pumping these videos out. Curious to know what you think. Curious to know, for those of you men who might be considering traveling to Brazil, does this, how does this sit with you when you hear data like this? So I'm going to end the video here. Drop a comment. I'm curious to know what everybody thought about this. with this high curiosity in Brazilian women. And again, just to make it clear, I'm not saying this isn't obviously, this isn't my article. This isn't the article that I particularly wrote. It's an article that I found online that is talking about these, dating apps that allow people to cheat, step outside of their relationship. And I'm clearly not saying that every Brazilian woman is like this, but this is what a study is saying, that a noted increase of, more Brazilian women stepping out in their relationship. So anyway, you know, uh, definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. Leave a comment in the comment section. Consider subscribing to this channel. Like this video, comment on this video, click on the notification bell so you are alerted when I put up the next video. And with that said, I'm going to end this video here and request that you come and check out the next video.